The Warden has joined Harriman.
Just
Attack for
gather.
Balin.
So I shall, as you desire. So I shall, as you desire. So I shall. How dare you! As you desire. So I shall. Of course, as you desire. So I shall. Of course.
I can't believe it! The ancestors came out of the sodding ground to kiss your feet, Duster!
So I have a question for you, Zeren. You're here, at least in part, to get away from the crows, right?
That is indeed true.
So when this is over, what do you intend to do with yourself? You can't go back to Antiva, I assume.
What I do depends in large part upon your fellow Grey Warden. I am not a free man, as it were.
Yes, but what if you could do whatever you wanted?
I don't know. Aren't you going to be king? Perhaps you have people you need killed.
Is there some reason I shouldn't just kill them myself?
See, it's that sort of talk that is bad for business. Have you no thought to supporting the employment of your subjects?
Not for assassins, I don't.
That's the lovely thing about kings. They make for good business as the client or the target.
And people wonder why someone might not want to be king.
Dear me, what's all the fuss? As you desire. Well, all right. Of course. So I can. As you desire. Lovely. Of course. Lovely. As you desire. So I can. Well, all right. Of course. As you desire.
Oh, another battle it is!
Lovely. So I can.
Now we play a little.
Well, all right. As you desire. Lovely. Come on. What to do?
Time for a little blood.
Something you need, my dear?
All over now. Yes.
So you're the one who killed Jarvia. Do you know what you've done? Jarvia was no paragon, but she looked after her own. Even the nobles wouldn't cross her. If you think we're gonna let you waltz around like you own the place, you're wrong. For Jarvia! Attack!
Danger approaches. Of course. As you desire. So I shall.
Yes? Why is someone like you hanging about Dusttown so much? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of Smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branka's honor, then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Oghren was one of the best warriors of his generation. Chasing some old treasure, she was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Oghren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Oghren wants to keep risking lives searching. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. If you see any guardsmen, tell them Oghren was at it again.
You have come at a difficult time. Orzammar is ailing for want of...
All be aware that the Grey Wardens have aligned with Lord Harrowmont. Be not afraid to follow suit.
His lordship appreciates your support.
The vote is soon and the deep road's long. I would leave now if you're going.
Lord Harrowmont is expected. We are honored by your request.
House Harrowmont is honored to have you here.
Rumors of Grey Warden mass recruitment of casteless circulating the commons. Is Lord Harrowmont getting rid of the unwanted?
Harrowmont, fools!
My
Only
God.
Balin can move us forward! Attack!
No mercy! Of course.
I hear this.
Disgusting. Someone stole from the Shaperate. The memories have never seen such a thing. Yes, that's the attitude of...
Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar's memories? Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with Darkspawn. At the other side of the old Empire, during the last Blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. Then perhaps I could ask a service of you. When our warriors brave the tunnels, they're often too busy to see the wonders around them. They leave treasures and ancient manuscripts rotting in the deeps. If you find anything significant to us, we'd pay you well for your finds. At the other side of the old Empire, during the last Blight, Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the Blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. Then, if you find anything significant to us, we'd pay you well for your... Thank you. Now, is there anything more you would... Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Warden, I'm afraid the Assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you? Only members of the noblest houses are eligible. Those who claim a Desha, as steward, I am a non-voting member. I'm not permitted to voice opinions about them.
Oh, no.
Well, I hear someone tore through Dusttown like a headsman's axe. And it's already whispered that House Harrowmont had ties to the smugglers. I assume that was you. Very well. Shall we go right now? I warn you, be on your best behavior, and keep your weapons sheathed.
So, despite your rather public show of support for my rival, Varteg tells me you understand who is to be king. I'm glad to hear that, Warden. So what brought about this change of heart? I will, and I'll be the only king who could get you the troops you need to face the Blight. But first, I need to get on that throne, and you've already damaged my ability to do that. Exposing Harrowmont's connections to Jarvia has definitely hurt his chances. But I will need something big, something dramatic enough to put me over the edge. What do you know of the Paragon Branka? Two years ago, she heard of something the Ancients created. It inspired her to leave everything behind and venture into the Deep Roads. She is the only Paragon in 4 generations, and she turned her back on her responsibilities. A Paragon is like an ancestor born in this time. If she returned, her vote would outweigh the entire assembly. Anyone with her support could take the throne unchallenged. She had an entire house with her, dedicated to her protection.
Roads are home to the Dark.
The number of ruins still intact, they could last for a long time.
Oddly, they're supposed to be
and Harrowmont is looking as well. It's
Stranger,
too risky to assume she's
have you
dead,
seen a
only to
Grey
have
Warden
him take credit
hereabouts?
for finding her.
I hear tell that he, or was that she, you understand this was several flagons
I did not
ago,
know her personally.
was setting out to
2
search
years
for
ago, I was
Branka on the
still
Prince's
considered in
own
charge.
orders.
Not one to consort with Orzamar's finest. From what I hear, her intellect was unrivaled.
If you're the best they
But the
got,
social
then
graces
standards
were
must have fallen
beneath
way
the notice
down.
of one so gifted.
But I suppose that would account for an elf being down here. Say, could I ask
We
you
will
a
both go down in
favor?
history as a Paragon's saviors. So far, my men have traced Branka to Caridin's Cross, an ancient crossroad lost to the Darkspawn 4 centuries ago. Her trail ends there. Perhaps with your
Aye, that blowhard Loylanar.
my men could
And if
not.
you asked him, all he probably said is, "Oh, that Ogren, he pisses ale and kills little boys who looked at him wrong." And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only Paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for, which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her. I know what Branka wanted, and how she was looking. You presumably know everything Balin scouts have discovered about where she disappeared. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branka. Otherwise, good sodding luck. You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's Cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years. If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission.
But Commander, Lord Harrowmont sent the word to let the Warden pass.
Ah, right. Welcome through then, Warden. I'd offer more assistance, but my command post is here. All of Orzammar relies on us to hold this line. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size. A few outposts. Legion of the Dead mostly, fools that they are. Some scavenger types too. It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes, or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death. Best of luck.
It appears we will need to fight the entire Blight ourselves. Time for more Darkspawn, I see. Of course. Well, all right. There you go! Complete.
Even more darkspawn.
What a mess!
Yikes. Beasties. Beasties are coming.
As you desire.
I think we work well together.
I have finished. I have done it. Lovely. Of course.
You would think such creatures might be more interested in,
Another creature ahead. As you desire. Well,
What would you like? Beware these beasts.
And so I shall. Ah, the battle speeds our way. As you desire. Lovely. As you Time for more Darkspawn, I see.
Let's finish this. I see. As you wish. Very well. As you wish. I see. As you wish.
I am ready.
So be it.
All over there. What shall we do? All done. complete. Are we in a hurry?
Well, look what we have here. A couple of Harriman's little lackeys. Let's show him who's king.
You wear it.
So I shall. So I shall.
Next time.
There is one thing I do not understand, Alistair.
Just the one thing.
About you, perhaps. Why the deception over your parentage?
I'd figure you'd be the sort who knows all about deception.
I do. And what use the deception might have had ended when King Cailan perished, did it not?
Maybe. I guess I was sort of hoping that would go away.
The truth does not go away.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
So I shall. I have done it. What shall we do here? Lovely. As you desire. Oh my! As you
Don't look now, but... Well, look now.
Well, all right.
Cross me and you shall pay!
I still remember my first yes? This really gets the
Of course. And so I shall.
Do you need help?
Yes?
Of course. course. As you
Yes!
I would... Watch out, where are you?
I hate the smell these things leave on my blades.
Lovely. Of course.
Run while you can.
I have finished. Time for more Darkspawn, I see. As you desire.
Ah, this really gets the blood pumping.
It's your time to die.
Close.
There you go. We are victorious again.
What?
I shall do it. I shall do it.
Let's go.
Sadly not.
What?
Shall we go?
do wonder, is it permissible for two Grey Wardens to... oh, what is the word I search for?
Caboodle?
Fraternize.
What's wrong with fraternizing?
It seems most undisciplined for an organization that claims it will do whatever is necessary to end the Darkspawn threat.
One thing has nothing to do with the other.
Oh no? And what if a Grey Warden was forced to choose between the Warden he loved and ending the Blight? What should his choice be?
That is a ridiculous question.
And I have my answer. Most kind of you.
So I shall. Lovely. Of course. Well, all right. So I shall. As you desire. Lovely. Well, all right. Of course. So I shall. Complete. Couldn't we all just get along? No? And so I shall. Oh, yes! Love it, as you desire. Of course. Love it. We'll all... Sweet. So I shall. Of course. As you desire. Well, all right. My, they're all so eager, aren't they? Of course. I have done it.
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it. You've come to take my claim. You surfaces are all alike. Thieving scoundrels. Well, I found it first. Begone, you. You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will. And they'll crunch your bones. It's my claim, not yours. Crunch your bones!
Of course. And so I shall. You're all right. So I shall. Well, all right. That's right.
Go away! This is mine! Only I gets to plunder its riches!
No talking! You leave my territory! Pretty lady. Pretty eyes, pretty hair. Smells like the steam of burning water. Blue as the deepest rock. So, the pretty lady won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take Ruck's shiny worms and pretty rocks? Oh. Ruck not mind that, maybe. Ruck not pretty name. Not pretty like lady. Ruck is small and ugly and twisted. No. No filter. No mother. No warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Ruck doesn't deserve good memories. No. She did not know. Not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you. No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot see this. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell. Yes. Tell the mother Ruck is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again. Pretty lady is like mother, yes. Too good, too pretty for the darkness.